I have relocated at the moment upstairs my whole, well, not my whole art studio, but I've done a temporary thing at the moment and relocated upstairs. So at the moment the lighting's gonna be really shit, and and yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different, but I will show you why I've had to relocate upstairs. This is what I'm dealing with right now. This poor little boy. He's got ulcers in his eye, and he's got that eye there stitched shut to heal the ulcer for 10 days. He's got to wear that cone for 10 days because, as you can see, he's trying to scrape that eye, and that's the reason why we're in this predicament, is because he keeps scratching his eye. So he's not in a happy place right now, and I've got to keep a watch on him. I don't want him going up the stairs internally here, and when he goes to do a pee or a poo, I've got to help him down the front stairs. So I can't be down in the office because the office is downstairs at the other end of the house. I can't take my eyes off him right now. So this is my art studio. It's upstairs on the dining table, and this is where I'm going to be for probably about 2 weeks, so bear with me. I do get a bit of natural light because of the veranda, but yeah, it's not the best, and it's a rainy day today. It's cloudy as hell. So I've got the puppy, I'm looking after him. I'm up here where everything happens, so we're all good. And that's Wally. That's Wally. He is Tyson's friend because they are both the same color, and they're both little nuggety things. So my partner bought that for him as his friend, because when Tyson's outside, his cloud goes there and Wally watches him, and yeah. But yes, you're all right, boy. You look like a Sharpei. You look like a Sharpei in that. Yes, you do. Oh, my poor boy. Oh, this only happened yesterday too, this operation on his eye. So yeah, it was a bit of a shit day yesterday. I ended up bawling my eyes out when I had to leave him at the vet. Before I get drawing, I just wanted to show you the Medusa head. My partner bought that online from a store called Living Styles, and that thing is awesome. I absolutely love it. So what it is, it's our dining table feature. So I love it. I love it. Look at that. It's all like bronze, and yeah, it cost a bit, but yeah, it's awesome, and it's right up my alley. But today's illustration, I'm going to be like doing I call it a twisted reality. It's where you take a bit of like paper, and I'm going to be using my Reeves mixed media because this is a thinner kind of paper, and I can fold it easily. So what it is it's folded art where it reveals, like you move the fold up, or you pull it apart, or you pull it down or up or whatever, and it reveals more of the picture of the illustration. So that's what I am going to be doing today. And yeah, I have already got a design sort of mapped out a little bit in my sketchbook, and I'm just going to apply it to this, and hopefully it all works out. So how I measured this one out was, I did take a piece of the Reeves paper out, and I got a spare bit of paper, and I measured everything out on just a scrap bit of paper, because I did try to do it on the Reeves paper straight away and then completely screwed it, and then had to put that aside as scrap paper and then do it all again because the measurements were wrong, and if I started putting heaps of folds in the paper, it would look stupid. So yeah, it wouldn't look real good. So that's the key to it, is try and do it on a bit of scrap paper first on the same size that you're doing. Fold it all and then take the measurements and line it up with your piece of paper that you're going to do it with. So yeah, lesson learnt. I know I did that for the first sort of folded art illustration, twisted reality one I did a couple of years ago, but because it was so long ago, I didn't realise I'd done that until I completely screwed this up and done it straight onto the paper that I was going to do it on, and then realised that there's too many folds, it's all going to get confusing, and it's going to look like shit. So anyway, as I said before, I call these twisted reality pieces. There is so many artists out there on Instagram that do this, and some of them are just unreal. There's this one guy that I follow. I'll have to put a link below in the description because I can't pronounce his name, but he is very inspiring, and he just does some unreal stuff, and he does all this sort of motion picture come to life stuff on Instagram with his ones, and I just truly admire what he does. And yeah, his is just absolutely like horrifying stuff, and it's just unreal. So yeah, there's a lot of artists out there that do this, but here's one in particular that I follow and yeah, and thoroughly enjoy. He does everything black and white scale. There's hardly any color on his pieces, where I've decided to do mine in watercolor, as well as do half of it, well, not half of it, but the element of the folded part in just black and white as well. So this one is just a monster. It sort of gives me sort of aquatic monster vibe, especially when I put the fins on the back of her. And what's going on is she is thinking of all these horrible things, and this is what's coming out of her brain. And yeah, it's more monsters really. And I can totally relate to this because my brain is quite dark and can be quite morbid at times, and is filled with just complete darkness and whatnot. So yeah, this is a very relatable piece, and I can relate to this monster, yeah, having these horrid thoughts coming out of her brain. So you'll see that the monsters that are also coming out of her brain are quite aquatic type as well. And yeah, it does definitely give an aquatic feel to this whole piece, and I sort of kind of wish that I'd done this in the aquatic series, but then again, it's sort of a standalone piece, and I didn't want to do it as part of that, because I really wanted to give her the colors that I end up doing anyway, like the greens and the pinks and stuff. So yeah, that real sort of monstery sort of green. And yeah, no, I don't really have any regrets there. So an update on the puppy. It's been a week since I shot the intro to this video with him, and I have to take him to the vet this afternoon just to get a checkup on that eye. And hopefully that eye has repaired itself with his eyelid that's been stitched over that eye to repair that ulcer that's gone straight through his eyeball. Yeah, he's been pretty good, and he has taken that cone of shame like an absolute champ. Like, I honestly thought that was going to be a problem, but no, he's made that cone work for him, which is hilarious, because when he hangs his head over his bed, the cone props his head up, and yeah, he scoops everything up with it, with especially food. He'll use it to scoop his bowl up or whatever to get the food into his mouth. Like he's definitely used it to his advantage, and that's been really, really good. So I do know that he has moments where he's like, get this thing off me, but yeah, he has to know that it's for the greater good, and to give his eye a chance to heal. So hopefully we don't have to go any further, but I will keep you updated if you're interested with the situation. I'm hoping that, yeah, we get good news this afternoon and we don't have to take his eye out. Or the next step is to do a graft over his eye, but that's going to be a couple of thousand, and that's a couple of thousand that we don't have to play with, unfortunately. So that's why we hope that it's all healed. But honestly, we will definitely take all things into consideration this afternoon if it's not a good outcome with that eye. But yeah, we're thinking positive for the time being, and yeah, hopefully that we don't have to do anything else further. So it is hard to stay positive because, you know, with my history of being an anxious person, and that I go straight to the negatives and worry about worst case scenarios. I can't help myself. I can't think of anything that's good. So I am completely in I'm just ready for damage control, basically. So I'm just ready for that worst case scenario, and hopefully we get good news, but I am prepared for the worst, and that comes with having anxiety. So yeah, hopefully cross fingers. So yeah, back to this illustration. I had a lot of fun doing this. I really do like this piece. I like the colors that I chose for this creature, and I like the pose I put her in. Like, she's sort of freaking out about the stuff that's in her brain, and it's making her scared, and she's just thinking of all the worst case things going on. And that's when, in hindsight, it's really what I'm going through right now with the puppy. So yeah, I'm hoping that everything's going to be okay with it. But yeah, no, like I said, really enjoyed doing this piece, and I like the contrast between the coloured and the black and white, and you know, lifting that fold up and revealing what's going on. Now, I think in the future, if I do another one of these, I'm definitely going to do it on even more thinner paper, because the creases are quite evident. Yeah, it's probably better off to do it on a bit more thinner paper than this, and I do have thinner paper, so that, yeah, I'll do it on that in the future. But all in all, I think it worked. I think it's you know, gets a point across, and yeah, it was just really, really fun to do. We're nearing to the end of this illustration now, just putting on all the white highlights, which I absolutely love to do, especially when I do monsters with lumps on them, which I like to do. I like giving it that white gel pen shine because it makes them pop. So yeah, that is it from me. I am out of here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will update you in the next one if you're interested about the puppy, about Tyson. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.